Albert House, 1004 Johnston Drive. As the council probably knows by now, the appeals court reached a decision on Elias Farmers Market. And I think basically the judge tried to split it down the middle. The fact of the matter is it was remanded, so we'll be getting back to zoning hearing board shortly, whenever they set the meeting up. But I mean, the real question is, why did the neighbors not prevail 100% in this issue, okay? And my feeling is we did not prevail because all the true facts of this case were not allowed before the zoning hearing board when they first heard this case, August 26, 2009. Therefore, those true facts were shut out of the appeal because the appeals court only reads what's in the record. My concern going forward is that the attorney for the zoning hearing board is going to try to muzzle me and not let me bring those facts out. And I don't have any other place to turn. I really appreciate this public forum to be able to discuss this. I know that the zoning hearing board, the members are appointed by the mayor. I have not approached the mayor to talk about the zoning hearing board or the issues or other issues with the zoning hearing board. So I can't blame the mayor for anything that's going on, although I would like to speak with him. And I would like to commend ex-mayor Maurer. I read in the paper the other day that he had a philosophy of any Wednesday afternoon, come on into the mayor's office. I just thought that was delightful. And so I probably will contact the mayor to see if he'll give me his ear for a little while. My concern goes back to the original facts of this matter, which I want to speak about them now. I tried not to be venomous about this earlier. I'm concerned about getting kangaroo court treatment from the zoning hearing board, okay? I'm concerned about what obviously to me was, and these are harsh words, basically collusion by the engineer for Elias Market and the zoning officer. And specifically, the court, the county court even noted that the tax records indicate that Elias Farmers Market was a little over 5,000 feet way back when. And the law states that you can only expand a non-conforming use to 50% of that. So that would make the maximum you could expand at 7,500 feet. They are currently over 11,000 feet. These are facts that I was not able to tell the zoning hearing board in the first issue. Frankly, because we went into the zoning hearing board as innocents. We did not go to attorneys. We went as 6 or 7 neighbors and we spoke. Before the meeting even started, I asked the chairman, Gus Lupus, if we could continue this meeting. He refused to let the meeting be continued. But this was a complex issue of a use, a new use. He wouldn't hear it. It was going to be an instant decision that night. There's never been I asked afterwards, after the hearing, I asked Mr. Lazoche, the zoning officer, what was the size of that building in 1970 when the zoning ordinance went into effect. He never would answer me. I met with him several times, never got an answer. What was the actual use permitted for that building in 1970? Never got an answer. Refused. Stonewall me. This was after the hearing. Because the answers, he didn't want to tell me the answers. He concocted the figures along with the engineer, which were presented to the zoning hearing board. They kept the zoning hearing board in the dark. Heck, if we would have had an opportunity to lay out the numbers, if we'd have known better, which we did at the time, but if we'd have had an opportunity to lay out the facts and the numbers, and the zoning hearing board still overruled us, then we got our fair shot. What annoys me the most about this whole thing is that we did not get a fair shot, we did not get the fact on the table. And I'm afraid that Mr. Thompson is going to try to muzzle me. All right, now he acts more like the chair of the zoning hearing board than the chair. And that's extremely disappointing. I would like to see Mr. Thompson recuse himself from the next meeting. I would like to see Mr. Lupus recuse himself. Mr. Lupus has animus towards me. I asked the question of the zoning hearing board last meeting they had. All the members of the entire table walked out of the room. Happens to be on tape. Happens to be on YouTube. I tried to do it politely. But this is the respect a resident taxpayer of the city gets. The whole board got up and walked out. I have more to say, but I can't do it all in 5 minutes, so I may be back for the next council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. The city council is involved in this. Director, I'll ask Mr. Spadoni if he wants to make any comments.
As council is aware, I was directed to participate in the appeal in front of Judge Smith, and it's my intent to continue in that regard, and I would hope that those concerns that have been expressed are not, we will be there to be sure that we are heard and that it is a fair and impartial hearing.
I appreciate that very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other